A man sits alone on a park bench. Elsewhere, an electrical being is terrorizing Gotham. The police are on the scene, but an officer is panicking. Commissioner Sawyer says this is just another Monday in Gotham and orders everyone to give it some room. Help is on the way. The new bat signal shines down on the monster. These days, it's like the whole city has been turned upside down. But some things never change. The new Batman launches at the energy being. Today, he is not Jim Gordon. Not anymore. Right now, right here, he is Batman. The new Dark Knight battles the monster, but his attacks don't affect this strange being, who is easily able to fling the mech suit into a nearby building. Jim Gordon thinks back to how all of this started. 3 months ago, the man was approached by a woman named Miss Powers, who has begun a new program. Some of Gotham's best officers are training to become the new Batman. Many of them would be a tougher and smarter hero than Jim Gordon could ever be, but none of them would be the right Batman. Gordon knows the city better than anyone else, and at the end of the day, Batman was always just a man. The right man at the right time. But Gordon refused the offer and says it is just not going to happen. In the present, Batman is struggling against the monsters. His contacts, including Miss Powers and Julia Pennyworth, are certain that an EMP will destroy the creature, but it fails 3 times. Batman realizes this is all a big trick, and the attacking monster is being operated from a distance. Flashing back, Gordon talks over the offer to become Batman with Harvey Bullock, who thinks it is all a joke. But Gordon is starting to wonder what kind of good Batman could do if he worked within the law, not outside of it. Bullock tries to talk him out of it, saying that the GCPD can do better than how they handled the last Joker attack, and he is certain one of the cadets would make an excellent Batman. Besides, Gordon is 46 years old, he smokes, and Bullock is pretty sure they don't make 10-foot trench coats for the mech suit. Their conversation is interrupted when one of the cadets comes up to the roof. He needs to make a call to his son, who is only 11 months old. Looking at Gordon, Bullock sees that this just made up his old friend's mind. He takes Jim's cigarette, as Batman can't smoke, and points out that Gordon will need laser eye surgery. In the present, Batman is able to track down the man controlling the energy monster. However, a truck is flung into the air by the rampaging threat, and Batman is crushed under it. Months ago, Jim inspected the new Batsuit and commented that it looks an awful lot like a bunny rabbit. But Julia says it grows on you. Miss Powers introduces the young woman as Julia Perry, who came highly recommended by both Lucius Fox and Wayne Enterprises, but had no original ties to the Batman, which everyone thought would be best. She also introduces Gordon to Daryl Gutierrez. The suit is made out of nanocarbon and features many new compounds and elements developed by Miss Powers' company. Daryl shows Gordon that the suit can change color as well, and as they look over different colors, Jim remarks that none of this feels like Batman. But Miss Powers says if he wants to be a part of this, he's just going to have to accept that. The man controlling the monster is pleased. His construct retrieves the Batsuit, and the criminal prepares to kill his hostage. But before he can do so, a tiny batarang knocks him out, and Batman emerges from the shadows to save the day. The hostage is grateful, and Jim thinks back to one last memory 3 months ago. Miss Powers told Gordon that this will be a very new and different Batman. He won't be police, but he will work with them and the local government. He'll be a Batman with checks and balances. A better Batman, or at least one better for Gotham at this moment. Something new and inspiring. Gordon returns to his new apartment, which is part of the Powers facility. It will be his home and his cave. He'll have to train and transform himself. As Gordon looks over his new home, he finds a 10-foot trench coat courtesy of Harvey Bullock. Jim smiles and wonders what the hell they have just done. A man sits alone on a park bench. Another man walks by and notices something about the man on the bench. the passerby asks if his name is Bruce Wayne. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is my recap and review of Batman number 41. Well now, wasn't this interesting? I remember stating all smugly during the end of Endgame that there was no way that crazy story was going to stay in continuity. And, well, I still stand by that. If any of this matters in even 5 years, I'll eat my hat. No, comics are too fluid for that sort of thing these days, and it's all too clear with this comic's ending that Bruce Wayne is already back, and it's all about guarantee that things are going to go back to normal sooner or later. But the fact is, for now, this is otherwise staying in continuity, and that's pretty awesome. I wasn't sure what to expect out of this comic. The mech suit still looks pretty silly to me, and the idea of Jim Gordon being Batman seemed really off when I first heard about it. It seems unlike Jim to operate outside of the law, and thankfully, they didn't go in that direction. And that's what I really like about this comic. This really feels like a new Batman. Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder are telling a very different story with new characters here, and you can see it in the writing and art. There's a lot more humor in this story, and the art is significantly brighter and more colorful. It still feels like a Batman comic, but with a very different sort of Dark Knight. One that I've never really seen before, and featuring some pretty compelling new characters along with it. Once you put yourself in this mindset, this becomes pretty awesome. I wasn't sure if I even liked it at first, but I'm starting to really dig the idea, and it kind of won me over. Oh, there are problems, like I still have a hard time believing Jim Gordon, at age 46, would really be capable of being Batman, no matter how much he quits smoking. And there are some choices with the story I could do without, like the ending of this comic. But on the whole, I'm willing to give the creative team the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps an older Batman will raise the stakes a little bit. Gordon won't be the perfect expert of everything that the old Batman was, which really raises the stakes. It was getting to the point that it was impossible for Bruce Wayne to make any sort of mistake without fans crying foul, but now Gordon's going to have to rely heavily on tech and his own abilities, which, as this comic points out, are far more limited than Wayne's or even the average cop. Outside and inside of his mech suit, he's going to face real danger with actual risk. And I like the idea of Gordon working with the police. It showcases that this is a different Batman and he's going to go a different path. I just love this scene where Batman salutes the fellow police, and it just speaks so much about who and what this new Batman is. Oh, and while the mech suit does look silly, how amazing is this new Batsuit? This was a crazy awesome surprise, and I just love everything about this new outfit. It's instantly recognizable as Batman, unique in its own right, and I even like that cool stun gun thing Gordon is using. If for no other reason, it is worth getting this comic just for that epic reveal. It was so well done. The only thing that really bugs me about this comic is that damn ending. It's okay and completely unsurprising that Bruce Wayne is back, but I'm worried I'm about to get all excited for a new Batman, and DC is just gonna sweep that idea right out from under us and bring the original Batman back in 10 issues? But it is possible that Bruce is one eye down after his fight with the Joker, so maybe Jim Gordon is gonna have to fill in for Batman longer than we think. So I'm approaching this new direction in the Batman comics with cautious optimism, but a little bit of frustration as well. The inflexibility of all this is what's a little annoying, because you know that sooner or later Bruce Wayne will eventually take the mantle back. Regardless, I recommend you check out this comic for yourself. It's really something else. And let me know what you think of all this, because if you can't tell from this review, I still don't know what to make of all of it. Say what you will about this comic, but it's actually quite thought-provoking, and I'm eager to see more. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.